Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Paul, I saw him in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Tommy J, how you doing? Who else is here? That's it. And then Ron popped in, but I think he's taking the small child to school. Hey, Justin, how you doing, man? Um, kind of feeling I got a toothache. Kind of why I didn't do the live stream yesterday. It's a lot better today. I think it'll be gone by the end of the day. But otherwise, nothing too exciting. Rain here most of the time. Hey, Maui. I was up for some reason. I don't get notified on shit. I got to figure out what the problem is. I saw actually saw a notification after it was over on, I think it was Facebook. I was looking on Facebook and it said I'm going to have a live stream or something at 4:30 in the morning Thai time, which is damn near perfect for me. I'm usually out here at 4 a.m. So I'll try to catch it next time. I got to figure out how to get my freaking notifications. But anyway, yeah. So not too much. Haven't been out to the garage. I've kind of been hanging in the house trying to get all my food stuff prepped, which I got done now and ordered, and a couple of things that still aren't here. Um, I did make. I did go. I think we talked about it last time. Hey, Nikki, how you doing, man? Happy Thursday to you. Uh, my Taco Bell sauce, the mild sauce, regular Taco Bell or hot sauce, is probably my favorite. Like I said, I used to bag a lot of the little packets when I'd go in when I was a kid or when I was younger. Anyway, I made the copycat deals, a couple of tweaks of my own, and it's pretty damn good. And of course, I didn't put the 2 tablespoons or something of salt in the 3 cup recipe, but it's just basically a 6 ounce can of tomato paste, 3 cups of water, 2 teaspoons of no, a table, 3 teaspoons of chili powder, a tea, a tablespoon, a tablespoon, I don't know, a tablespoon or a teaspoon of onion powder, garlic powder, and cayenne, 2 teaspoons of cayenne, uh, and uh, and then a little bit of cornstarch. I think it was like 2 teaspoons of cornstarch to get it that kind of runny, but it's freaking good. And I don't know what it cost me. Even ordering all the stuff, the spices are pretty much nothing, and I think the can of paste was maybe a couple of bucks. So it probably cost me $3 to make what is that? A couple of over a liter of the Taco Bell sauce. So I'm happy, and I put it on my deals. I made my own refried beans. I bought 3 1 pound deals of pinto beans off of Lasada. Make them my way. Of course, I don't add any salt or anything to them. So I tend to push things. Hey, Logan, Jamie, how you doing? I get that's I have a tendency to push the spiciness a little bit. So what I did was I just cut up in the Taco Bell sauce. I cut up a Thai chili and just let it soak in there over the last day or two, and it's good. I could make it. Of course, I just got to add cayenne if I wanted to, but yeah, it's really good. So that turned out good. Uh, the um, the refried beans turned out perfect. I can make enough. I would say a pound of those mushed up. The way I've eat it, maybe one meal a day has a little bit of beans in it. Last at least over a week. And they're reasonable. They're cheap, 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 and that was easy to do either. Being selfish, I want my life back. Feeling overwhelmed, responsible. Yeah, I bet life sucks most of the time. I hope you feel better about things. Anyway, let's see. Loft by the airport. Are you? Is it soccer day or something? No, it's not. It's not soccer day, is it, Logan? And how's the sound? The sound's okay. think this thing's all right. I haven't had much problems with it. I do not need to be negative. Nah, negativity brings you down. I hope you're. I hope you get maybe enlightened and relax a little bit. You need to sleep more. Mean to be negative. Okay. Um, I don't know, man. I audio, video, 100. Okay, cool. Thanks, Lemmy. Uh, with me, what the only thing that I could offer you, Nick, is I felt that way too. What happened was mine was a little bit easier, I think, than most, like Mitch even and Bobby and Jake and all the guys and gals that have to take care of things. I got out, and my wife passed away in 2018. My mom was still on top of the world, up at 5 a.m. to church, driving herself, all this stuff. And then the first, until I got sick 2 years, I was here in Thailand. All of a sudden, she just went poop. In a year and a half, she hit bottom and was gone. But I did feel I couldn't fly. I mean, my doctor's saying no, not a good idea to, until we get your lungs and everything. All it's not a good idea to sit on a plane for 20 hours, which kind of makes sense, I guess. But I did feel guilty. I guess my brother took on all the responsibility. God bless him, but it's yeah, and that was hard when I in 2015 when I decided. No, was it 15? 10 years ago, a little bit before that. Anyway, I decided to retire, and because of my cousin, and he had Lou Gehrig's, and I told him that was the only thing that I would really have a hard time with him, and I ended up hiring somebody, a Filipino actually, that was just a fantastic man. I mean, unbelievable. But when I said when you get so bad that I have to help you, go to the bathroom and bathe you or anything, or I said I can't even feed you. For some reason, I have a thing about feeding another man. I don't know. I think I'd have a problem feeding a woman, but a man, I did have a problem with. But I got lucky with this Filipino. He ended up moving in. He ended up starting his own business and had more Filipinos come over to the States. And, he started his own caregiving deal. And he was a little guy, but he could move my cousin around unbelievably. I mean, he was a godsend. But I think it comes down to uh, I don't know how did I think I thought I was selfish, but it comes down to certain things. Like I got to talk to my kids because luckily I'm here in Thailand and in a different situation because I know that my wife will take care of me until I draw my last breath, which helps. Okay. But even if I wasn't, I would have already, like when I went down to Phuket, the end of Phuket, and found a hotel that was being built and was going to be a care, taking care of the elderly facility, awesome facility right near the water. You could have everything from them, not helping you at all to, doing everything for you. And of course, the price would vary, and I would have just put that money aside and I would have just went there because I think as as a parent, I don't I don't want I don't want my kids to feel like they have to stop their life to take care of me. If that makes any sense, I don't. You know, they don't call me that often now, but a Zoom or a face to face time thing, once a month with the kids or once every couple of weeks, and be fine whether I was in getting taken care of in a facility or I'm home here. I just don't want them to wait a second. All of a sudden when I reach like maybe 80, what are they going to, they're going to be ready to retire, uh, I don't want them to have to go into retirement and and feel that they have a responsibility to take care of me. Um, I just don't. I don't want that. I want them to enjoy their retirement like I am. I don't want them, to what Okay, you've only got so many years to live, right? I mean, you've got it. We're not going to live forever. So, but it like I know Bobby. I don't remember how many years it was, but he put off his retirement. He wanted to work and stuff. I know Jake is still dealing with it now. Mitch dealt with it for a morning. How's it going? Uh, Mitch is dealt with it, recently too. And when you look at it, if you've only got, let's say you're lucky, you got to retire at 55 and you're going to live to be 80, 25 years. Well, if you've got to take care of your ailing, hanging on parents for 15 years of that, you cut half your time. And if that's being selfish, I guess I'm selfish, but I don't, as like I said, I think it's being a parent. I want everything better than I would have for my children. Put it that way. I don't want my kids to sort me out. Totally. Put me in a home. I not now. Totally, Dave. I see my kids and grandkids, all the kids and one going on. I would not want that for them. Yeah, it just like I said, ideal conditions. If I was, uh, I think, I guess if I was selfish to a certain extent, more so, I would say no. You guys have to put your life on hold and take care of me. I put you through school. I, put a roof over your head. I paid for yours. I did this. I did that. I, probably didn't do a lot of things, but I just don't feel that way. And if I had to do it, if my choice was putting a big burden on them or living alone, I'll take the 8, 10 years of me dying somewhere alone. You know, I'd probably be a little bit more inclined to calling them on the computer and seeing their face, and probably bug them a lot more than I do now, and I probably will. But I just don't. I want them to. They're working and busting their ass just like I considered I did to get to that period where you could say, ah, I got up at 6 o'clock. I'm going back to bed. To that point, I pushed and wanted it as early as possible. But um, I don't know. You um, yeah, exactly. But it's kind of hard on the other one if your parents are expecting that. I know I feel my mom didn't want that. She didn't want to be in a home, but I know that she didn't want to, and that's probably why she just kind of gave up in the end and went so quickly. Is that she didn't want to be a burden. I think that if she was, in good health and, not even 100% health, but decent health to where she could take care of herself, she would want, still to get visited and call. She'd love to get just stupid phone calls from me, and I didn't look at it, the right way when I took off running at 16, and, well, and back and forth. That's a whole nother story. But, yeah, it's not an easy position to be in, right? But I do want my kids to know, and I probably should do a video too, in case I go, start losing my marbles and can't remember anything. But I do want to talk to them and just say, you don't have to, don't worry about me. I'm fine. I'll find a way no matter what. So, but it's a hard thing to do, and like I said, I feel for Jake. I felt for Bobby when he was going through it. And I didn't even, until I started this YouTube channel and got around a bunch of great people. That wasn't even, it was always, why wouldn't you want to come, or why couldn't you come to Thailand? Oh, well, you've got grandkids that you want to spend time with. You've got family members that you want to spend time with. And, you don't want to do this, don't want to do that. it never dawned on me until we started talking about it that, hey, me over here, I've got 80, 80-year-old mom and dad that are planning on living to be 95, 100 years old. So, and it never dawned on me at all. I never thought in my mind, oh yeah, you can't go anywhere until that's done. And I would still think that way. If my mom absolutely wanted me there, I would have, and if I could, obviously, uh, go there, I probably would have. But I just don't want to put my kids in that position. And I'd like to let them know ahead of time in case I'm out in left field somewhere down the road and go, you guys are assholes. You don't come visit me and do anything. I want to make sure they know that if that ever happens and those words come out of my mouth, it's because I'm senile and I don't remember shit. So lucky I remember you and that you didn't come and visit me. But I want them to enjoy their retirement. What kind of a retirement is it if you're a caregiver for 10, 15 years, and I'm talking a real 100% caregiver. Hey, burnout. I guess you were right in tune to having your vacation in Greece, right? And I think you need to do that maybe more often. Have something to look forward to. I don't mean to be so. I cook for them daily. Take my mother-in-law for walks daily. She has dementia. See, that's what I don't want. I don't want the dementia, man. It scares me every time I start. What did I do? I do it all the time too, and it seems to be getting. I hate to say it more and more. I don't know how you go into dementia. I don't know how it starts. Is it just, oh, I forgot why I picked up my phone and what I was going to check? Bank account? Was I going to order food? What was I going to do? Or is it all of a sudden I don't know enough about it. Yeah, maybe you need to dangle a carrot in front of your face a little bit, Nikki, that, okay, I know it's a little bit early, but I'm planning my trip for March of next year, blah, 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 whatever. I'm going here for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever you can afford to do. But I guess it's hard to, I don't know. I don't know your whole situation. I don't know how much family you got there. I know it's different here in the United States between the way that we take care of our parents, our elderly, or whatever on the West Coast, and what they do on the East Coast. The West Coast is kind of more. Well, let's see how I'll help you try to find a home to shove them in, you know. But on the East Coast, it's oh well, Uncle Bill said he can watch for Tuesdays and Thursdays from blah blah blah, and Bill said he could do, and Jean said she could do, and they tried to do it, but it was always that way. When everybody moved from the East Coast to the West Coast, family was real big when I was young. We always had Easter as a. It was my mom and my two uncles and my grandparents, but they were pretty much gone early on. But all there, one with 7 kids, one with 3 kids, and my mom with 2. One me most of the time. Me and my brother were 10 years apart, but it was it. We were always together, Easter, Christmas, every holiday, everything, you know. And then all of a sudden, it slowly, because everybody started their own families. I did, and this one did, and 7 of them. I mean, now there's like 400 kids and shit, they're going down the deal. So it's kind of hard to do. They try to do it every once in a while, but the East Coast, I think they still, it's a way different deal being on the East Coast and the West Coast, if that makes sense. Let's see. Yes, take me back to Greece. Yeah, it looked like it was great. My stepfather had Alzheimer's until his end days. It was a very hard time for my mom for those years. Yeah, and that's what like I said, man, that's my biggest fear is Alzheimer's. I saw my aunt, and like I said, the only thing that I was grateful for, I would sit there and listen to her ask me the same question 200 times. Didn't matter to me. I loved her to death, but she remembered who the hell I was. You know, she knew my name, she knew who I was, and that brought joy to me. But it was very hard on her only daughter out of the 7, 1 girl, 6 boys. Robin, she took care of her. Instead of putting her home, they all pulled their money and kind of gave it to her to make money and to do it. But it was a hard job I wouldn't want. That's for sure. Yeah, and it's free. Well, see, they had to pay. The other kids they felt obligated to pay or take. That way because it is a big burden, right? I mean, that's something to take on. So, when someone asks for 3, 4,000, 5,000 a month, it's that's how much the home was that my mom spent very limited time in. But yeah, like I said, I don't know your situation as far as the family, how many people are there to help and kick in and do it, but it sounds like a lot of the burden's falling on you. Um, my wife's mother is the same way. They're in Thailand. It's sad she doesn't remember my wife, but my wife still calls her and tries to talk to her. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? And I'd be curious. I'm not too curious to where I want to jump on Google and find out how it transpires. First, you forget where you put your keys, and then you forget where you put your clothes, and or whatever. I'm it does it literally frightens me. I guess I hate to use the word scared, but anyway, I took her for a walk yesterday. She always knows me. Told me she went dancing last night. Uh, yeah, it's a hard thing, right? To have to watch too. Uh, yeah, and I lost my aunt to it too. It's I don't know, man. Like I said, I didn't get to see her as much as I wanted to because I was in Central California. She was in Southern California, so I didn't when I went down and started taking care of my cousin, 4 days a week. She had already passed, so it. But just that aunt and uncle were just the best, the best. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's tough, and like I said, if you don't have, my brother didn't have anybody, and he almost expected, well, why don't you come back here? And then I said, first off, I'm not in the best of health. Second off, I've got a family and stuff here. I mean, I can come for a little while and try to help out, but I can't move there, you know. And I think he still holds it against me now. Um, uh, but what am I going to do? I can't do shit. But that was pretty much it in our family. It was just me and him. If we would have asked, my cousins were more than, they would go over there all the time and help her fix her oven or a drawer handle that broke, and I mean they all chipped in that way. But when it comes down to it, I mean she had to go on home, and even if I would have been there, she still would have had to go on home. It gets to a certain point where sad but true. I mean, the decision is you can't just completely, unless you're okay. This is going to be my life from now on. I am the only caregiver for my mother, my father, whatever the case may be. That's a big chore to take on, man. I don't know if I could bite that much off. Um, like I said, if I was there, she would have had still go in. I would have been there and visiting her. She would have had extra visitors, but she would have still had to go in. Not to wipe my father-in-law's butt. I know he's over 30 years, but that I did not want to do. I am a compassionate person, but it was gag. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I told my cousin right up front. I said, I got to wipe your ass. If I got to feed you or whatever, that's the point that we need to. I took him all the way up to getting the van, getting the high tech, state of the art wheelchair with the eye pointing, freaking being able to drive it in anticipation of everything. Took him to all the football games for his kids and drove the kids around. I was down there 4 days a week for about a year, I think, maybe a little longer, a couple of years total, but making the obligation of being there 4 days a week, I think a year and a half, something like that. And, took them there to their practices and stuff like that. And if he wanted to go and watch, I would take him. And because originally he was I just want to watch him go through high school. And then after high school, then he wanted to, live longer, I guess. No, who wants to die? No one wants to die. But I told him, and I was upfront with him. I just can't do it, man. So, and he was torturing his wife. They were getting divorced, and it was a whole mess. And I was living in the backyard in my motorhome, and they would come out with their fights going on. Him chasing her in a wheelchair, and I said, "Man, I'm losing it here. I can't handle that." But I don't know. So it turned out, I went to Costa Rica. Uh, I had my own problems back then in 2015. And my wife, I invited her to come. She didn't want to come. And I said, I messed around there for 8 months, I guess, or so. And he passed away during that time. But I had said goodbye to him before I left. I said, if you go, I'm not gonna. You'll be dead, so you won't know. But I won't do that. But the man that I found, like I said, was just unbelievable. He had a big house. We could give the guy a bedroom, and once he had everything under control in a couple of months, I was gone. Nikki's good. You gonna go to sleep? Good. I love you too, sweetheart. Go get some rest. Hey, Paul, good luck. He needs a spanner. I don't know why he doesn't. I have to do it on my phone. I can do that. I can do that. I'll get Paul on. Let's see. I think I can do it. I think I have to do it on here. Let me see. If you want one. Do you want one, Paul? You might not want one. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Glad you could stop by. Hello to you. Let me see real quick. I got to go. I don't want this thing to blare. Let me turn the volume all the way down. Let me go to YouTube. Where's YouTube? Where are you? YouTube, where am I? Let's see. There I am. Let me find him. And then, are you still here, Paul? Let's see. Okay. Should have worked, I think. I have it on my. Okay, what did I miss? Did I miss anything? What did Aaron say? No, you don't want to hear what nicotine may help. Studies have shown that smokers with Alzheimer's disease tend to have a slower decline. Well, I smoked enough since I was 13. Maybe it's still hanging in there. This suggests nicotine may have some protective against Alzheimer's disease. Speaking of that, I think he's got one. If you've got, come back on and say hello, Paul. Let's see if you got one. Hey Jay, how you doing? My stepfather quit smoking, then about 10 years later started having, it's only been 4 or 5 now. I've got it, and I still got the blue stuff, and I'm still planning on doing that too. That's supposed to help, but we'll see. Good night, Nick. Get some rest. And Paul gone? Paul may be gone. He might be gone, but he's got one next time he stops by. But speaking of that, and speaking of smoking, and is the I keep hearing 2 different things. I keep hearing now that they on the ganja stuff that it's only going to be, like I had said before, only going to be medical. Now they're saying that it's only going to be 5 different deals: insomnia, um, uh, weight loss or gain or whatever, and 2 or 3 other things. But then I hear on the legal side of it, that the government doesn't have the power or hasn't exercised the power to actually change it, so they can't do shit, is what my understanding is. But they put it out in a couple of printed deals that's what they're going to do. And you can, you've got to get it from a Chinese doctor or a regular physician, and it's got to be you got to have it, and you got to get it every 30 days, I think. Now, people that are coming here on vacation, that shouldn't be a big deal. You get it when you get off your plane. More than likely, you're on a 7 to 10 day runner, and it's not going to make a difference. So we'll see how that turns out. But on one hand, they're saying that they're going to do this, and on the other, people are saying they can't do that without going through their parliamentary bullshit and change everything. They can't do it. I still got to get out and get my gummy. I want to try it. It would have been nice to try it for the tooth for the toothache, but you don't necessarily need to smoke. Yeah, the only bummer with that is that I've got high blood pressure, and nicotine raises blood pressure. So I'm, one evil against the other evil, or whatever the case may be. But I mean, if I was going to take nicotine, boy, I'd give me the cigarette, even though it's bad for me. Do I miss it? Yeah, but am I going to smoke again? Not unless they tell me you've got like 3 weeks to live, and then I might say, I'll live it up for the 3 weeks, maybe. But I know that if I start smoking again, more than likely it'll kill me. But I want to get on. I know that Tommy's probably still here. I still hate Tip. How you doing? I haven't got on the e-bike. I want to get on it today. The weather's supposed to be. Let me see again. I checked because by the time my wife gets gone, and by the time I get up messing around, and especially when I'm preparing all my most of my food now. So I can't just wait for it to be delivered to me. But let me see what I think the afternoon was clear. Yeah, they're actually calling for sunshine right now. I haven't seen an actual sunshine. Where is it? Right down here on this program in God knows how long. So let's see. Yeah, it's showing. Wow, it's saying sunny. Oh, I'm looking at North Fork. No wonder I slid it over with my fingers. Let me go back and come on, come on. How do I get out of it now? Now I got to go back and hit it again. There we go. Okay, heavy rain. It says heavy rain. I'm looking out my window. It's not raining. Oh, I just did it again. Okay, now. Okay, it shows rain up until 10 a.m. and then between noon and all the way through the night into tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So I'm going to try after lunch to get out there on the e-bike. Hey, Craig, how you doing? Um, yeah, and I have been. I haven't weighed myself yet, but I can guarantee I can tell from the way that the my shirt and pants fit. And it's been probably been about a week. If I had to guess, I'd say a couple of kilos. So we'll see. I'm going to get the scale out, but I'm only going to jump on it once a week, probably on Saturdays or something. Let's see. Yeah, there's some great lubricants. What did I miss here? Jay Ron, I believe I could eat some spicy head cold. Yeah, like I said, man, that and I know Jamie and Logan, if they're still watching, um, the Mexican food and the chicken. Now I've got away from any kind of the pork, beef. I still will maybe once a month, but I'm mostly chicken and fish. But the chicken I make up, I just buy those tenders. I slice them up and a bunch of mushrooms and onions and garlic in a pan, and then cook them with my garlic seasoning, pepper, Thai chili, and cumin, and it's freaking awesome. And I use whole wheat tortillas or corn tortillas if I have any of that. Those are the best for me, being diabetic. So I'm going to make tostadas. I'm going to make burritos. I'm going to make, I make a couple of fish, 3 or 4 fish dishes. And then I'm climbing more into the putting some new recipes together. Trying to keep the carbs low though. Craig's had to take off. He just popped in, didn't he? Morning. Is he leaving? You leaving, Craig? I don't know. Cheesy, no head colds allowed here. Yeah, that toothache is, that it affects him through my ear and sucks. But it's almost gone now. I can tell. I got to go get my teeth done. I got to wrap with you probably. Yeah, after in a month or two. Aaron, who I'm talking about the teeth, and I got to start doing that next year, I guess. So now, Jay, when are you coming? Um, yeah, I don't know. Where's is Johnny? You still here? Are you here, or are you in? Are you in your neck of the woods? But I know that it's going to be losing the weight's going to be awesome. It's going to take the weight off my knees, so a lot less pain there. Just going to be healthier. My heart doesn't have to pump as hard and as much. So it's just all around good. I need to lose. Well, I told him 10. Did I tell him 10? 10 kilos, I think. I told him in the 3 months, my doctor. So that's why I'm going to weigh myself once a week to make sure I'm staying on the right path to get there. And then that'll be what it was 119, so 109, 109, which is still heavy, but it's like I said, I felt good, not good, but I mean, when I was at 110, 112, right in there, we were walking around and doing some stuff as I was recovering. I didn't feel bad, and I thought I looked okay, so not quite as fat as I. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta be to the chair tomorrow morning to find my permanents. Cool. Fingers crossed. It turned out good. I'm sure it will, brother. Um, Planning flights now, probably December or January, unless I can't take it anymore. When are you moving here? I thought you were moving here next year. Am I out in left field and forgetting shit? Which could be. Yeah, I know I can, brother. I am sure I can. Just gonna take it. I'm just gonna take it easy. I've got to get a little bit of exercise. It's this being out of breath thing that really freaks me out. So, like I said, on the e-bike is going to be the best thing for me because I can go and do nothing or do a little bit or do a lot. And if I start to get short of breath, I just stop and I'm still moving, still can get back home. And I want to take the trailer out, so I'll probably do a little video on the trailer, what's in the trailer, and then I want to try to lighten it up. I think it's a little heavy. Oh, excuse me. Let me get my coat here. I have a glass of ice ready. I've been cutting back on these. Instead of 10 or 12 a day, I'm down to like two a day. So I think it helps me with the jonesing, but I don't know. I've heard all sorts of. It's still your body still thinks it's sugar, and well, I hear all sorts of shit. So I'm gonna try. 2 years and counting. Okay, I was off a little bit. I bet you like my numbers better than yours. It's pretty damn rough. Uh, yeah, I got to do something. They're bad, man. And pretty soon I'm not going to have. If I plan to live, which is what I'm pushing for, you know, these teeth aren't going to carry me for 15, 20 years. Ain't going to happen. And I think I don't know. I think 15 is a realistic number, is what I'm kind of got in my mind from 70, 85, between 85 and 90. I, I can't complain about that. So we'll see. Clean the bugs off of cars. Yeah, so maybe it cleans my teeth or rots them, one of the two. I really do like the Coke Zero. It gives me that jonesing that I have for a little bit of sweet and soda. Although I did get some Lipton uh, zero sugar um, iced teas. I got one half from here. No. These I like. The lemon tastes like shit, but this new berry that they have on, I got it. She just ordered some from Macro in the cans. Uh, is really really good. So I don't know if you guys have tried it, but it's zero sugar. Now let's look at the American side that's in English. But anyway, pretty good stuff. It's just drinking water. I mean, I drink some. I'm trying to drink more, but we'll see. Bladder. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Swear she was trying to shove the vacuum thing down my throat. uh, yeah, I don't know. For some reason, she got. I thought so too. I've had it before, and she got it for me again when I said I wanted to slow down on the Coke Zero, and for some reason, it tastes like shit. And this berry one tastes freaking phenomenal. So I don't know. Maybe my taste buds are going away. But I do enjoy the Coke every once in a while. Yeah, they got a bunch of them. I haven't tried them all. Blueberry lemon, I haven't tried that. Uh, Schweppes was my drink of choice when I got here. The original Manao uh, or lemon, and uh, one with sugar. And then they came out with the zero sugar, and then they started coming out with all these other ones. The zero sugar one's okay, nothing to write home about. But I need to taste some of the other ones. I'll have to try that one since I'm imagining you're giving it a thumbs up, right? You liked okay the new zero. I'll try the blueberry lemon. If I have a little bit of stuff, I don't mind. Drinking water. I think it's good for you anyway. But like with my meal, I'd like to sit down and have a little fuzzy. I bought soda water too, and then I put Manal, I put lime in that. We've got those big giant ones now, brother. So she's got your trees too. But man, talk about all the lime juice you could possibly want. The daughter squeezes it and puts it in a bottle so she don't have to screw with it with her cooking. When she cooks shit. So yeah, things are like a freaking uh, Samo. I mean they're huge. I don't know if you guys have seen those. There's a lime tree here in Thailand. It's the only place I ever saw it. Maybe it's everywhere. I don't know, but they're the size of a grapefruit. Unbelievable. Live in it and have sex in the water. Uh, yeah, I will. I just got to take better care of myself, and I'm sure I will. Like I said, except for man, it freaks me out when I walk from my bed to the freaking bathroom, and I'm it's like, what the shit, you know? And it's weird because why is it only every once in a while? Why why can I walk from here to the garage? Not that it's far, but a block, and I'm not out of breath. So I don't know that. But what kind of freaks me out about walking, which would be the best probably for me, short of the bike. The bike might even be better. But the reason it's better to me is that if I've got the trailer and I've got the spare battery with me, I could go pretty much anywhere I want to, pedaling and exercising when I want, and still, if I'm completely out of breath, I can take myself all the way home and not have to do anything except sit there and try to breathe. It sucks this breathing deal, whether it's in my mind or what, which I don't think it is. There's something else wrong. So I got to figure out what the hell that is. IV when I sleep. Yeah, that was the biggest. It was weird. There I was for 2 months in the hospital and not drink anything, and it never really dawned on me. I wanted something to drink all the time, but it wasn't like, oh God, I have to drink, something or I'm going to die. The intravenous deals, I guess, took up, did what they're supposed to do. But when you're awake, and I wasn't in a coma especially the last couple of weeks, the only thing that it did is the biggest thing that I wanted to do, which I couldn't do once I got out, was just take this and just tilt it back and go. I couldn't do it. It took a long time to be able to guzzle something, but it was really nice to be able to just take a sip of something. And then in my instance, I took in too much liquid. They didn't know that I was retaining a crap load of water. Went into the thing again and passed out and woke up with a tube in my mouth. Freaked me out. He knew it too, man. My eyes were like this when I woke up and I had a tube in my mouth. And no, relax, relax. 2 days max. I'll have it out in 2 days. I promise. I promise. Such a good guy, man. And she did a day and a half, had it out, and then they had a liter a day, 24 hours, man. When you really think about it and actually set, a liter container in front of you, and that's it. And it's not just the water. If you have some soup, that liquid is counted as your intake. They take your water away. So that was a pain in the ass. Yeah, and I've got some exercises that I'm doing now, uh, uh, both in the morning and the night, breathing and holding it and blowing out and exhaling all the way out, and that's what I'm thinking it is too, because I just don't use them, and that's what I'm gonna try. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know, uh, but that's what I'm thinking too. I drink about 1 to 2 gallons a day of water. Just thinking about it. 11 5-gallon bottles ready to swap out tomorrow. Yeah, and that's good. You should be drinking. And even me. I mean, he didn't limit me to anything. He has me still on the water pills, although he didn't increase them. Um, he just told me if you feel, because I told him, I said, I can tell when things ain't right, and I can tell that if it's bad enough that I need to go to the doctor, or do I need to just, watch what I'm eating. And it comes down to, if I was watching what I was eating the whole time, I'd be in great shape. And I get to a certain point and I just go, screw it, I'm all right. Give me let me just eat all this sodium filled crap. And you have to watch it even on the streets here, with the fish sauce and the soy sauce and the stuff that they put in all this Thai food. It's delicious. And, you got to be they make kapow and stuff for me with very little soy sauce, and they try to cut out as much sodium as possible. And I've never had a problem with what they've made me. So once in a while I'll have that. I'll ask them for it. The rest of the time it's going to be me cooking. We'll see. Just a bit of an update on the 7162 form. Although it is taken over the phone, Manila has put a hold on it until guidance from Social Security. And that's the form for reporting whether you're dead or alive, right? I'm believing, Craig. Somebody else has said something about that. It's all over the internet as far as you can't mail in your forms to the United States anyway. But I believe that's what that what that 7162 is. I don't do it because I still have mine deposited in my bank account. Don't plan on doing it unless they come down and say you need to do it. Although, like I said, more and more stuff on this bank account crap. So if you guys are coming, Jay, if you're planning on coming here, and I don't know what your situation is, but try to get. I don't know if you have a. I don't know your situation, but if there's a possibility that you can get on a yellow book, you need to get on a yellow book. But and it's going to come down to that. Like I said, it's just my opinion. No one said that you have to have a yellow book to get a bank account. I'm saying that it's going to come down to they're going to want you to have a yellow book to get a bank account. Closed for the holiday. Yeah, so I don't know until they, like I said, what do I say? I'll tell you. Let's look exactly what I said because I just transferred over. Um, it was $3,200. $3,200. So let's go here, and I got 31.3, and it's 32.3. So 1 baht. So basically, what I'm losing is 3,200 baht. Right? I don't need a calculator. Does that sound right? I'm such a. If you got, oh, come on, 3,200 times, yeah, one. So 3,100 bucks, right? Basically, 3,200 times 3,200 baht divided by 31.5, $101 and 58 cents. So there's another 100 bucks, I guess, each month that I could save by moving it to there. Do you have it coming to? I guess you do, right, Craig? You've got it coming to your Thai bank, Bangkok Bank, by any chance? Anybody have their Social Security deposited in Bangkok Bank? I said to come in and verify. I am 2 weeks later. Asked the same. No problems. That's what they just did with me. Want to see driver's licenses, marriage licenses, a bill from the internet company in my name, and by any chance, is there a possibility that you have a yellow book? No. Well, it'd be a good idea if you did. Just by her saying that, because she was a nice lady, I knew right then. I'd already had my suspicions. I knew right then that she was trying to give me a heads up that you're going to need one. So if you're not in the yellow book, I would get in the yellow book. That's the second time they've had me in there in 2 months. Once for SIM card on my phone, which was bullshit, and once this time to verify who I am. I've been there, going there for 7 years. I think they got a pretty good idea of who I am. You have yours delivered to SCB. That's another bank, right? Any problems, Ron? I haven't had any problems with the transfer, but it is nice that I wonder if I have them connected. I wonder if I could still have them connected. I guess I could, so I could still transfer money back and forth. I had to check into it. $100 is $100 each. That's every month. So, and that's at the exchange rate now. So, as the exchange rate changes, obviously so does that. But yeah, $100 is $100. 3,500. That's a 3-day vacation in down at Koh Chang. $1,000 a night, right? 1,000 baht a night or something. It's a little 3-day vacation. Well, not really. Probably a 2-day vacation and 1,000 baht worth of food. But yeah, because like I said, for years and years, how long, it's 100,000, 500,000 baht that I spent that I didn't need to. Still paying my Part D and my Medicare, which I don't pay anymore. Yes, none so far. Having it dumped into my account, then transfer to my wife's. Yeah, that's what I do too. Yeah, I had Charles Schwab and that other one. They both found out something about me that they didn't like. They opened the accounts in both Charles Schwab and in what's the name of that other transfer company? Opened up accounts for me and everything, and then the same time, within a day of each other, like a month later, they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're denying you." I said, "You already opened me up an account." Yeah, well, we're denying you. Why? Um, we're denying you. So I'm saying, well, shit, I didn't do anything recently that I know of, but I just said that. But I heard good things about Charles Schwab too. I think I'm only going to do an hour today. It's been almost an hour. Oh, there's 13 of you in here. I'll hang for a little while. But yeah, so and I'm guess Craig didn't. Did Craig answer saying that that was? But that must be what that 7162 is. I didn't see him answer me. He might be chasing a cat or something. Maybe he fell off a ladder. Just kidding. Let's see. I can put up this so you guys don't have to constantly look at me. Oh, there's my father-in-law. What's he gonna do? Let's see. It's been raining like hell. Let me run the water for an hour and a half and see what's in the well. Oh, he's got a walkway that he made there, out of block. Yeah, yeah. I can, I can, I can move. Oh no, I don't. I almost did it again. I almost left, but I can. Ah, there he is. What's he got? Oh, they've been. Yeah, my wife's been. They've been chopping down sugar cane and chewing on that and giving it to the dogs and stuff. But you can see all the water that we got. And up front, if you look at that, where those holes are, and he hasn't been here in a week, but you look at those holes are still nice little swimming pools for the dogs. Yeah, I don't see Lucky. I think maybe we lost one of our soy dogs. I didn't ask my wife. She told me either last night or night before last that she couldn't find Lucky. That's lunch, and usually he's right with her. So I'll have to ask my father-in-law, not my mother-in-law. But anyway, there's some excitement. I'll widen the picture out so you can kind of keep an eye on him, and you don't have to look at me. Uh, Even with direct loans, a different. Oh, really? They give you a different price. What would you get? See, mine's exactly one, man. Anytime I've checked it 12 midnight in the afternoon and different times of day, and it's always right at 1 baht is what they charge me. The Philippine government employees more holidays than they work. They celebrate every holiday in every country. Yeah, no shit. I'm doing the 721. 6 questions about me and my daughter, if everything is the same. Yeah, because they just want to basically make sure they're not sending Social Security checks to the dead people. I can't disagree with that. The only thing that everybody needs to be aware of is if you're living check to check, and you've got to have that. When it comes in that day, uh, you need to make sure that you stay up on that. If it's not, they don't give a shit that you said, "Well, I never got the form in the mail." They don't care. It's your responsibility to. Sure they're supposed to, but it's your responsibility to make sure that it's done. So if that's you just got to make sure it's done, whether you want the money or you don't need the money. It'd be a good idea. Let's see, more delays, more pays. I spent away. I spent a wasted 12 years in the Philippines. I've never been there. Hey, Jake, how you doing? Um, I want to go there. Only when I was talking earlier about the Filipino man that took care of my cousin, he was a great guy. I talked to him, quite a bit after Joe would go to bed or whatever. We'd sit outside, or I'd be cooking a steak in the back, and he'd come out there and take a break, and we'd bullshit. And I asked him, and he said, "I said, what's it like there? What?" And he just said basically the same thing that every country says. Um, we got some of the biggest shitholes in the world, and we've got some of the most beautiful places in the world. Depends on where you're going to go. So I do want to go. I was supposed to go with Chris. God bless him, rest in peace. But that didn't transpire. I'm kind of sad about that. I really would have enjoyed. We were going to take a couple 3 weeks and just me and him go there and run around the Philippines. His wife, who passed away, which I don't know if you guys knew that or not, was Filipino, and that's what me and him had. I think why we bonded so well and had something in common is we both lost our wives. But anyway, he knew the Philippines, so we were planning on going over there and blowing it out, and he ended up getting sick, and that never transpired. And every time I remember him, it puts a smile on my face. He was a good man. Rest in peace, my friend. Okay, well, Nikki's back. She didn't sleep too well. Or did Buddy decide he needed to take a leak? Is that what happened? Or you can't go to sleep now? My wife was up. I don't know, man. She's on and off with the television and then her phone and playing games and TikTok and shit. If she can't sleep, I don't see how she functions, man. Yeah, for sure, right? Good man. I miss him. Um, but yeah, so you didn't like it there, or what? What was the? Sounded like you didn't like the Philippines, Johnny. Heading to bed. I'm gonna be up early. Yeah, I'm gonna for the torture chair. Yeah, I'm gonna go a little while here and then go. He's snoring. I can't sleep with him, but for sure. Uh, he's got to go have his teeth. Is it finished or worked on some more? I think it's finished. I think they're putting in final deals, but he'll probably answer. He's still awake, I think. Oh, that tastes good. Chris, I miss him all the time. He was the best and amazing. Yeah, no shit, man. Sad, sad thing, man. For sure. That's why I kind of figure I'm one of the lucky ones. Here I am still kicking. And again, my thing is if you can retire one day earlier than you had planned, take the day, man. Take the day. Um, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're not guaranteed shit in this world. And you know, I have enjoyed my life. I have enjoyed my retirement. Did everything go the way I had planned on it? No, God's got a hell of a sense of humor. But I thought when she passed, and my whole life would just be total shit until I took my last breath, which I figured wouldn't be that terribly long. And luckily, I came to Thailand, and like I said, man, people bitch about YouTube and oh, they don't do this and they don't pay. If you're relying on money from it, I guess you could have your bitches about it. But I look at who's in here now. Everybody that in here I consider a friend. Hell, man, I didn't meet to have that many friends my whole life. And lucky, and I can sit on here and I can talk, and we. I want to think that everybody's sincere and really give a shit about other people's feelings, which I didn't do for a long time, but now I do, and I'm lucky because if I wouldn't have had this, if Joe, I wouldn't have went and done that interview with Joe and Gift, and him telling me, yeah, you ought to, do a little something, give to hobby or something, and started doing it, and I enjoy it for the most part. I like the live streams. I do like the videos. I just got to get back into doing them. I did enjoy doing the videos. I think I just getting a little burnt out. It's been 5, 6 years now. So, Dave, I hope so. Yes, yes, for sure. If I have to come there, I'll come there. It's one of my bucket lists anyway. That I do want to go to Greece. I do want to go to Australia. Like I said, I've got 200-300 family there scattered throughout throughout Australia. So, but yeah, definitely, you got to make it here so we can all get together. Everybody that's in here, but yeah, and my daughter went there too, and I saw saw the pictures and stuff when she put it up on Facebook and stuff, and it's just a lot of that shit. You know where I really want to go because I'm really intrigued by stuff like Greece, ancient times. Is the pyramids, man? Is it a place where I agree with their culture and would want to just be gallivanting around midnight in the back streets? No, but would it be something that I would love to see? Yeah, I would. I don't know if I've got the energy to do something like that. We'll see how I feel. That's another reason I'm not going to be able to do any of my bucket list stuff, and if I don't get in some kind of good health where I can walk for a couple 3-4 miles, and not die. But I think I'm gonna have to do something with my knees, obviously something with my weight and my health, and I'm gonna have to do it. Now they've got all sorts of stuff I got to check into with non-surgical deals with the what is it called, those injections, the that they grow ears on rats and shit. What is that? Stem cell. So they're having good stuff with that. Uh, they read fingerprints of the gods. Enjoy it. Yeah, I will. There's a lot. I used to watch all the stuff on all the channels, which I haven't done in years. National Geographics and all that kind of crap. When I did enjoy that stuff, but I will. I'll check out that book. They want to do implants on my back teeth. It's no longer there, but I'm good. Yeah, I got to check that out because I'm going to need probably, how many did you say you had? I'm probably going to need that many. Maybe not that many, but probably 8 or 10 anyway. Okay, we can put Buddy in there. Got to run for now. You sexy mofo. All right, Jake. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. Let's see. So anyway, it's been an hour and 10 minutes or so, an hour and 8 minutes. I think I'm going to go out and actually go in the garage and take a ride on the e-bike this afternoon and put some stuff together. I'm going to probably I got to take my cameras from in here. I got my cameras in here. Or actually, I've got my SIM cards in here, or my cards. And I'll do a video on the, because I want some input on what you guys think should be in my little trailer deal for fishing and going out and about, and see what you think. Dave, if you want to come to Australia, part of the world, hurry up. We're selling up. Are you? Um, ASAP. Yeah, I guess most of them were in Sydney. And I guess the one cousin that came out was very young. He was 16, 17 or 18. He might have been 18. But we had him in the bar when we had the bar, and he helped it out. He stayed with me and my cousin Joe, and great guy. Now he's like, 55, 60 years old, and has grandkids of his own. Great guy, but he's some kind of a bigwig with the government and stuff. There, he said, just come here. I've got plenty of place to stay, and blah blah blah. So I might take him up on that because, like I said, it's kind of hard for me if I don't have family or if I don't have someone that understands that I'm not gonna go out and walk 200 miles a day. It's hard for me to go somewhere. But I do want to go. My mom went; she loved it. I want to go to Italy, but I don't know if that's going to happen either. I'll have to see. It all depends on me, right? Whether I'm going to, take care of myself and, get healthy and start to do a little bit of the traveling, see what my wife wants to do. Because I've always left it up to her. She could still stay working. If she didn't want to work, she didn't have to work. It's up to her, you know. But I know that she does because for I don't know how she does it, but she keeps the kids and her mom and dad on her insurance and me now. so she feels obligated to do that. And she's only, I don't know, how old is she? 43, I think, 44. I mean, I'm sure that if things were different, she probably would love to retire. But when you're raised the way that she was, take care of her parents, take care of everybody, go to college, go to work, blah blah blah, and then that, like, she's in, teaching her children. That's what she wants to do. Like I said, 20 years with NTTOT, that's like a whole nother family. And like I said, I saw it in our wedding at this house. They were here at 5 o'clock in the morning. All of them. What can we do? What can we do to help you? What can They're just great people. I met them all at her little close knit deal there, and they're another family. Another reason why she's not going to leave and go live at the ocean. But and I don't expect her to. I didn't, when I made the decision to marry her and to take on the responsibility that I've taken on. It was insurrection, eventually, if I could, was it nice in Phuket when I could get up every morning and watch the sunrise and, swim in the water and, right there and everything? Yeah, it was all right. It was better than all right. It was very cool. But if I was in better health, I could take off anytime I wanted to, fly to Phuket, stay in a 5-star hotel down on the water for a week every month, or a different place every month for a week. It's just, I haven't done it. But I get to a certain point, and then we'll go to Koh Chang, and I get that Jonesing out of the water, deal. So, and I got to do more stuff with the camper. It's ready to go. It's sitting there. I want to get the kayak down. There's some stuff I want to do with that and the trailer and the e-bike, which is in my mind. So I've got a lot of things I've got to do. The main thing is I got to get up and I got to move around, and I need to do that. All right, let's see. All right, so everybody's on there. All right, I think I'm going to end the live stream. You guys are awesome. We've been going up and down, losing a few subscribers, gaining a few, but we've been kind of hovering right around the same. So the new ones and the ones that left, sorry to see you go. The ones that came, hey, glad you could come around. If you ever want to ask anything about hey, Jackson, how you doing? Anything about anything here in Thailand that I can help you with or answer, I'd be more than happy to. There's people in here that have been here longer, know more. Just take it with a grain of salt. With anybody that you see on YouTube, I give you good advice. Say that I'm 99% sure that this is the way it is. Always go to the government website and check it out. Make sure. And if you're not familiar with Thailand, my process of going and getting a visa here in this district is different than over in Tat Phnom and different in Pattaya, and it could be different. They might want different paperwork. They might just keep your cool, and that will help you. So let's see. Yeah, she will get. She's worked hard, and she's set. Which puts a smile on my face. I could not wake up tomorrow morning, and I'm totally okay with that. She will be taken care of until the day that she dies, and the rest of the family, because she will get my retirement. She'll be set up. Will my wife stop working if I was to die tomorrow? Probably not. She'll probably work, which is okay. She just loved to be able to shove that money into a bank every month. Oh, she'd be in heaven. But I know that you wouldn't. No way. She'll stay working another 10 years, probably to 55 or something. But anyway, let's see. Dave, you can go down the river for a swim. Go watch the dragon boat races. Yeah, prayer. And Iron Buff. Yeah, I got to check it. I saw them guys doing. Who else? I think Craig went to one of them. I think there was some down in Pattaya area or something. I'll have to check it out. I just need to get out and do shit, Johnny. And what makes it a little bit easier now, I have the e-bike. The one trailer that I'm going to take with me completely collapses down. I can put it in the back of the truck. The e-bike will go where the 125 was on the back. And then when I get to a place that's a reservoir, I can put the kayak on it. I could just take that and the trailer that has. That's why I want to go over what people think and what I've got in there, what I need and don't need. I brought cooking stuff, just to heat up, to have a cup of soup if I'm down there fishing on the bank of the reservoir during lunchtime. I brought a chair, brought a little breakdown table, all this stuff, and I want to do that in a video, and then also take it out. I haven't really got out on the road with the trailer. It seems like it's going to be awesome. I'd like to put different wheels on it. That it's got skinny tires. I'd like to get some good 3-inch fat tires on there. But other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. But once I get into that, then I'm moving around, I'm casting, I'm standing, I'm sitting, I'm moving, and that's what I need to do. They froze mine, not froze it. I guess they did. I couldn't. If I could go in there and get money out. So they didn't freeze it, okay? But I couldn't use my internet banking. That was the first time. That was a month and a half ago. And they said, "Oh, your SIM card is different than the SIM card than we have on file." No, it's not. Oh yeah, it is. I said, my wife works for that company. So you kind of picked the wrong guy. She sent over all the paperwork, ended up having to take off of work. I sat down there for 2 hours and they got everything that they wanted. Okay. And then went back. And then now 4 days ago, my phone rings and they said, "We need you to come in." And I said, "Why?" "I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I can't come in." Okay. My wife doesn't get only off work on Saturdays and Sundays. She said, "Okay, let me talk to your wife," and talk to her. We were supposed to go in on Saturday. We didn't go in until on Sunday, 4 days ago. And they wanted, I didn't feel good. So they weren't supposed to do it, but they did it. She took my passport, her and Sim went, my driver's license, the paperwork from TOT with me paying on the bill, our marriage license. I signed it all, copy of my stuff and everything. And that they just wanted to prove that it's me. And I think it's on scamming. She said there was a list. My wife said there was a list of around a mile long. So, yeah, but they never froze it. I wouldn't say the word froze. Could I use my internet banking? No. Could I walk into the bank and withdraw every dime I had in there? Yes. I chose not to do that and to give them what they wanted. But like I had said, if you're here, I don't know your particular situation. If you've got a house or you've got a significant other that you have a house with or whatever, get on the yellow book. I've been putting it off because I didn't think I needed it. I don't care. It's all going to her. Well, it's under my and only me. You only heard it from me. No one else in the government or anything said anything. They're going to want a yellow book to get a bank account. And that'll be the first thing. Then they're going to go to everybody and go, "Dave, if you really want to keep your bank account with Bangkok Bank, you need to have a yellow book." So eventually, you're going to need a yellow book to get a bank account. Only my opinion, but it's such a thing that's semi easy to get, and I think you should have anyway. So get it, and you'll be ahead of the game. Just my 2 cents. Let's see. I had to go to the branch. I opened an account in Pattaya, give them everything they needed, still froze, not access your money. So you can't, you went into the bank, you opened the account. Did you go into the bank and want to get it unfrozen, or did you said you gave them everything they needed? I find that weird. It doesn't sound right, Jackson. Something's not kosher. Like I said, they froze mine because the only access that I ever use, I don't go into the bank, very rarely. But I asked them that right on the phone. Can I come right in and get whatever I want? I need money. Yes. Oh, yes. You can access your account from here. No problem. So I would, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. Because the only thing they wanted at that time, they wanted me to prove who I was. Well, this last time. Then they didn't freeze it. And I hate to use that word. They didn't stop my internet banking. But this second time, but they wanted me to have, if I had a Thai driver's license, they wanted to see that. Do they have a Thai bill in my name? And I would suggest that if you're living here, pay for the internet instead of having your significant other or whatever. Get something that has your name on it. Get a yellow book if you possibly can. A marriage license and everything if you're married. That was the stuff they wanted to see, and they were all fine with it, said okay. But like I said, looked like, from my understanding, from what my wife told me, what she saw with her two eyes is every round that went to the bank. Yeah, they know me in that bank too. I was just there, but I think that it does have something like what Tip was saying. May want to walk into the bank and update. Yeah, well, it sounds like he did. You have to enlighten us, Jackson. It says I had to go to the branch where I opened the account in Pattaya, give them everything they needed, still froze, not accessed. See, what was weird too, when I first came here, my first bank account was in Phuket, in Kamala. Well, in the one right next there, the one that has the walking street, Patong. And they told me, "Oh, you can't get a bank account. You're only here on a tourist visa." And I said, "Okay." The next day, I went down and got a bank account. All I did was said, "Here." I went to Bangkok Bank. So what do I need to do? They said, "Here, go get a piece of paper," which basically showed where you were staying, and take that to Patong, have them give you a piece of paper, bring it back here, and we'll open you a bank account. Next day, I had a bank account. They said I couldn't have one. Now, what they did say was I couldn't have a second bank account until I had a long-term visa. When I moved to Surin, that bank account there, if I made any kind of transactions out of that bank account, I still have it. It's a bank account I keep my money in now for my visa. But if I made transactions out of there, because I don't live there in that Phuket area anymore, they charge you like stupid amount, 10 baht, 15 baht. They charge you money for doing transactions with that bank account. Now, my bank account here is the one that I use for everything. The bank account in Phuket only has the money for my what? Come on, Dave. All right, see, this is the stuff that gets me. Retirement visa, and that was, so I haven't had that. But if you're, obviously, I'm gathering you're not in Pattaya, you're someplace else now. If you do go back there, make sure that you make a transaction while you're there, because they might be not have enough information on you to let you keep your internet banking. It's kind of a big deal, because I guess there's a lot of people scamming people through the internet banking crap. So that's why, and this is all hearsay, stuff that I've heard. Because if you ask them straight up, "Oh no, it's everybody, not just Farang." You know, yeah, really? Come on. But I understand why they're not going to go, "Yeah, it's just you." In fact, it's not even that Farang. It's only you. You're whiter than he is. So, but I would definitely check it out. I had everything: tried driver's license, passport, rental contract, Thai taxi number, same phone number. I'm down south of Rayong. Yeah, I would just and you tried to make a transaction. I'm imagining internet banking, correct? And they wouldn't. You couldn't get in or something. You're gonna need to take your phone with you, go back into that bank, and make a transaction. Right there. Can you? Can you take your card, your bank card, and take money out of the account? I'm gathering you can't. So I guess what I'm asking, is it internet banking or is it all banking? You can't get money out of your account with your card because something ain't right. Thai tax. You have a Thai tax. You got more than I did. I don't have a Thai tax number. I have a driver's license. I have a passport. I don't have a rental The rental contract is basically the same thing as proving where you live. It sounds like you have everything that they asked for me, except for my marriage. I'm married, so I had a marriage certificate too. But yeah, that's not right. I would I would definitely handle that ASAP. If you're in the Rayong area, you're not far from Pattaya. What are you, an hour? 45 minutes, an hour away. No, the ATM will not pay, not even pay my direct debits. Yeah, you need to go back to the bank then. Like now. You got a scooter? I'd be hopping on that and headed towards the bank. And I would just walk in with all that and go, what's up? And have them explain it to you. Now, how did they get a hold of you, or did you get a hold of them when you couldn't? Obviously, you could use these ATM cards and stuff prior to them freezing your account, which it sounds like they froze your account. Yeah, I would definitely. So the ATM will not pay, not even pay my direct debits. Yeah, so your internet, they have everything shut down. What happens if you go into a branch of the same bank in your area where you live? Because what you might want to do is go into the bank that's in your area and say, "Why is my account frozen?" And then they'll say, "Well, you need to go to Pattaya and give them a bunch of stuff." Say, "I've already done that. So what can you do for me to close that account and open me an account in the area that you live?" According to my understanding is, you're supposed to have your bank account in your province. Is supposed to be where you have your bank account. That's why when I would use my other card, they would charge me extra because I was using a bank account out of my area. So they sent me a message and said I needed to visit branch within 30 days, which I did. And you didn't check all this out? Not to say that, but I probably wouldn't have either. Uh, Before you left, went and stick your ATM in their machine and try to get out 100 baht or something. Obviously, you didn't, or you would have known. In other words, you didn't say, "Excuse me, but you need to prove to me that it's done." Especially now when you go in there. Now, imagining this couldn't have been too long ago, right? I'm sure you need to get this resolved. So I'm imagining you went and did this a few days ago, like Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, I would too. And I'm sure it can't be that big a deal. You can't be that far. Are you retired, or are you? I don't know anything about you, Jackson. But I would definitely go in there and say, hey, I was just thinking about you this morning and yesterday. For some reason, I got a bunch of pictures to look at. I was wondering how you're doing. Um, they said they have to send all my info to the head office before they could reopen your bank account. Is that what they said? And how many days ago, Jackson, was this just yesterday, or I imagine it had to have been close. You couldn't have been. hanging around for, I did this a month ago, but it's just now I needed to get some money. So I'm imagining it was, oh, excuse me, it was done a little while ago. Yeah, I'm sure that they have to send the information in, but they told me that I would be able to. Okay, now the only time that they did this semi freezing, I can't say freezing because I could use my ATM. Was they told me it was like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They said after 5 o'clock I'll be able to use my internet banking. So whatever information they needed to get to whoever they needed to get it to, they got it to them within 5 or 6 hours. So I would definitely, I would definitely head back there and say, "Excuse me," very politely. Uh, I'd like to know why this is not working. You have my money in your bank account or in your bank, and I'd like to. It's what I live off of, and I'd like to eat today if that's at all possible with you, and see what they say. It was last week. Okay. Um, yeah, I would definitely head there. Jackson would be my advice to you with everything that you had, everything that they said, everything, and I would not leave there until my card worked in at least their ATM. They told me, oh, it's going to be a day or two or whatever for internet banking and blah blah blah. Okay, but at least you've got access to your money. I would not leave there. And I wouldn't get. Don't get upset. Don't yell. Don't do anything more. Take your hat off and yes, ma'am. No, man. Yes, sir. And and I'm sure that they'll help you out. I just can't. I can't see why. I think you slipped through somehow. I don't think they said let's just screw this one for wrong. I think Billy was supposed to mail it or send it, and they didn't, and it didn't get. I think there was just confusion. But if I went there, how far are you away? An hour away? I would go there and I wouldn't leave until they asked me to leave, or I could use my ATM. August 28th. Yeah, definitely. I would get over there because there's no reason. Excuse me. There's no reason in the world that your bank should be frozen for sure. Yeah, like I said, I was freaking out when they closed when I couldn't use my internet banking because I use it all the time. And the way that I found out was my daughter was going to order. She was in the house. I was in the garage. Said, "I want you want pizza," and I said, "Yeah, that sounds good." This was whatever month and a half ago. And she goes, "Can I get something too?" I said, "Sure. Just let me know how much it is, order it, and then I'll transfer it to you." Because I've got her, the youngest, and my wife in my little deal. I go in there, click, and send them whatever I want all the time. Send my wife money constantly, way more than I should be. And I went to send it to her, and it wouldn't even let me in. It wouldn't let me do anything, and I freaked out. So that's how I found out. I didn't find out by, hey, you need to come in the next 30 days. They just turned it off. But yeah, I would, and definitely, it's 90 minutes, not far, luckily. Yeah. I have some cash, which I'm living from. Yeah, I would definitely, because I don't think you have a significant other or friends that speak Thai, or do you speak Thai? I just naturally think that people are like me. I've been here 7 years and can say three phrases. Um, yeah, I don't think all the banks are the same either, Johnny. Obviously, but like I said, it sounds like to me that somebody dropped the ball. It doesn't sound to me like they picked him out and said, "Yeah, we're just going to screw with you." It sounds to me like um, somebody, Bill left it on his desk or something and didn't mail it or didn't do this or they didn't input anything in the computer and then it went through the weekend. And, I think I'm more inclined to think that it was some kind of a screw up on their part and not we're going to screw you. If they were going to do that, I don't think they would even send him a message. They would have just closed his bank account and said, figure it out on your own. Yeah, I love my bank app. I don't think I could survive without my bank app. I can do everything, and especially I can go on my bank account and Chase, and I can wire money all around the world and everything from that little freaking iPhone that I paid more than my computer for. But yeah, I check it all the time. Like I should check it right now. I transferred that money to see if it came across. Let's see if it did. Probably didn't. Might this afternoon, maybe. Chase sent it. Um, let's see. I could be mistaken. Could be mistaken. Oh, come on. No, it's there. Son of a bitch. Lucky I checked. I want to send it to my wife. I'm a little late on. I usually give it to her on the 1st. What's today? The 4th. Yeah, I gotta give it to her. Okay. Bank was full of frauds. Yeah, like I said, they could have been overloaded. They were queried down the road. It was chaos. Yeah, it sounds like you got screwed not on purpose, but your paperwork fell in between the two desks or some kind of a shit, and they didn't get it done. But unfortunately, it sounds like to me, if it was me, I would go down and take the 90-minute ride down there and spend the afternoon and make sure that my card or everything worked. Even if it's not the card, that they say it's going to take 4 or 5 hours for the card to work. Say, okay, here's my card. I'd like to make a withdrawal from the counter here. Like humans, not without the machine. Can you please give me, 1,000 baht, whatever, and make sure that they make a transaction. Let's see. Sounds like Douglas had last month after receiving the 30-day letter, I went in and fixed my cell number. Then this month I was doing my monthly wire transfer and was blocked at Bangkok Bank. Did the same thing to me, Douglas. About a month difference. Changed my name and address, and the transfer went through. Yeah, it was weird because I said when I was there, you had my passport, you had everything, because they were really kind of skittish when I was in there. I didn't get nasty. I would never do that. But I looked at him when I was in there. I said, my wife works for TOT. This card I've had from her. She's been there 20 years. Oh, well, it's not right. And I said, bullshit. Bullshit. My daughter they went and got paperwork and brought it all in. And then they finally did whatever they were going to do and signed it off and said, okay, everything's all right. My wife knew what paperwork they wanted to see, but at that point they could have just asked me for my driver's license. They had my passport, but like I'm saying, I don't know, are you on the yellow book, Douglas? Because I'm a firm believer, man. It's going to come down to that. Maybe not this year, but into next year, they're gonna start with the people that want to get a bank account and say, in order to get a bank account, you must have a yellow book. And again, this is all me, not the government, not anybody, just little old me saying this is my opinion on what's going to happen. That'll transpire first, and then right following that, they're going to be calling and sending notices to you and me saying, oh, you're such a valued customer and we want to keep you on, but in order to do that, we need you to get your ass down here with a yellow book. And are they going to steal your money? Are they going to freeze your account and not let you? No, they're not going to do any of that shit. That's just bad publicity. They're just going to get what they want. And if they want you to be on a yellow book, and that's how they're going to give out their bank accounts. It's their bank account. So you got the money in their bank. So we'll see. Now, I don't have any other bank. My wife's on all of them. Bangkok Bank, the Pink Bank, the Yellow Bank, the Purple Bank, the Blue Bank, all of them. She has accounts in all of them. So we'll see. Yeah, that's part of it too, I think. Like I said, a lot of scammers. They want to make sure everything's on the up and up. But I think in at least Jackson's case, he just got unlucky. His fell through the crack, you know. The pink ID and the yellow book, yes. But yeah, the only reason I was asking that too, I'm not trying to pry or anything, Jackson, on significant other or friend or whatever. It'd be good if you could get a friend, or if you have a significant other, to go with you, so you're got a translator, so you know exactly what everybody's saying and what's being said. But anyway, all right. Well, by all means, I'm going to do another live stream on Sunday, Thai time, 8 a.m. Saturday in the States. By all means, if you could jump back in, there'll probably be a lot of people that'll watch this, and people that have seen it and that are in here now that are going to be curious on how things worked out for you. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I guess I'll play my little yeah, and I think it will, brother. Like I said, I think it was just a stupid mistake. The cashier spoke good English. The language wasn't a problem. Okay, I'm just saying, if you've got a friend that'll go with you that does speak Thai, it might help. All right, Douglas, you too. And by all means, Jackson, if you're around next Sunday, by all means, I'll do it at 8 a.m. Jump in and give us a update. I know I'm curious, but I'm going to guess you're just unlucky. It got dropped, especially if there was a crap load of them there. We all look the same, I think, to them. I'm just kidding. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. I'm going to come up here and what am I going to do? I'm going to play my little, I've got free StreamYard 30-second countdown. And thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. I'll catch you on the next one.